One of them being the difference between the distinction being resources and being resourceful, and how pretty much just like Tony was saying, you can have the best of everything, but really the distinction between the difference between most people is that resourcefulness, that kind of the way of being for people. And I wanted to tie that back to my point of living my commitments instead of living my circumstances. The resources are a form of circumstance, but either good or bad. There's no real power in it. It's either you do it or you don't. You're able to you're able to do it or you're not able to do it. But resourcefulness, it's a matter of living. You're committed to something. You'll do what it takes to accomplish that. And talk about resourcefulness. I mean, True Father is like, this is how he started, right? And this is how he ended up. I mean, talk about resourcefulness, right? The other thing that I really got out of was the power of decisions. The decision being, there's the Latin etymology on that. Part of what a decision means is to cut off from all other alternatives. Is you decide something. Another way of putting it is that really ties close to me is the commitment. You commit to something. And then that's just the way that you're going to make it happen. All of the things are relevant. And so I guess the questions that I like to ask is that in taking time to figure out what is important to you. And what are those things that you want to commit your life to? What are those things that are important that you're willing to go beyond circumstances in order to live by? And the next thing is, does your life give you time for those things? Are those things that you're able to practice? I mean, because those are, when the reason I really want to, address this is if those are the things that are important to you, then those are the things that you should be spending your time doing. We all get bogged down by emergencies, or all these things happen. But if we're continually allowing those things to stop us from spending time on what's important to us, then those are just circumstances. And that's how most people live, is by whatever happens to them and they react. The way I want to live, and what I'm inviting everyone to do, is to live beyond that, live a bigger life. There's more power in that. It's more exciting. It's more fun. And so, to close, I got a little one from Duque about kind of tying that up. This is from the autobiography. So, we are all created to be great men and women. God did not send us into this world without purpose. When God created us, He invested His complete love into each person. So we're all created for greatness. Your choice of occupation should not be based only on your talents and interests. Whether you become a firefighter, farmer, or soccer player is up to you. But what I'm referring to transcends your occupation. What kind of life will you lead as a soccer player? How will you live as a farmer? What is your objective in life? To set your objective is to give meaning to the life you will lead. Alright. So my invitation, this is the wrap things up, my invitation for everybody is today, I hope you enjoyed the video and it's inspiring and educational in some way. But really take the time to reflect on what is important to you and what would be your objective in life, like Father talks about. And the next thing would be to live a life that isn't ruled by circumstances, but driven by your commitments to those things that are important. It doesn't have to be and I think, like I shared earlier, that's really the kind of life that I want to live. And one of the things I admire most about Father is seeing someone actually put into practice, seeing someone who was committed to something so big and just dedicate his life to seeing that happen, despite whatever happened to him. And it's more challenging. Harder things happen to you. It's really easy to be able to it lifts responsibility off of you when something happens to you and it blocks you or gets in your way. And people understand, because that's how most people live their lives, right? When something challenging happens, you get flat tire, and okay, I understand, you can't make this, no problem. But anyway, the reason I invite you is because I think life's more exciting this way. Right? It's more intentional. I think that's what really Father wanted for everybody, and I think that's God's intention. It's people who live big lives. And so that's everything I have. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.